and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome back to the channel, guys, for the all-important Champions League semi-final second leg. It is Inter against Barca, and there is everything, and I mean everything, to play for right here. We are 90 minutes away, maybe more, from a Champions League final. This is it, guys. This is our moment. And today we're going to be talking about what we need to do to make the final, what needs to happen here in the all-important second leg, and of course so much of that will revolve around the players, the team that is selected, and particularly the defensive line. We're going to be discussing all of that here today. Get yourselves ready. I don't need to say get yourselves hyped. I know you already are, so let's do this. Because, well, in case you have forgotten, I mean, a week can be a very long time in football these days. The score in this one is 3 goals apiece. And what that means here, guys, heading into the second leg, remember, no away goals. So what that effectively means here is that even though Inter scored 3 away at Barca, if we drew 0-0 in this game, we'd still go to extra time. So Barca here are in a position whereby, obviously it's not ideal that we didn't come away from that first leg with a win, with an advantage, but at the same time, we can just start again here. We have a clean slate. We've got nothing here to need to bounce back from. We've got nothing here to protect. We just go into this game with the simple goal: win the match, win the game, and make the final. It's that easy. Hey, it's that easy. But honestly, it's going to be a tough one. And I think the most important thing here that we have to do in this second leg, we've got to pressure Inter early in this game. And what I mean by that is, let's get the ball rolling. Don't give them a chance to ease themselves into this one. Don't give them a chance there to get the crowd going. And of course, avoid what we did last time. Avoid the kind of start to the game that we gave ourselves a mountain to climb in the first leg. And somehow we did manage to climb it, but there was no need to give ourselves that kind of battle. So you've got to start the game much, much better than we did in Barcelona. And what I want to say about Inter is that the incredible stat that I saw this week here in the Champions League, they have only trailed in a match for 11 minutes in their 12 Champions League games combined this season. So they've only been behind for 11 minutes in the Champions League this season. That's absolutely unbelievable. And that's why you need to make them chase the game. You need to take them there, out of their comfort zone. They are not used to being behind. They're not used to trailing there. They're not good at it. Their style is not suited to actually going and needing a goal. They want something to protect. Do not give them something to defend. Do not give them a lead to navigate their way through this second leg. We have to start well, and ideally, we have to score first. Now, of course, guys, at the weekend there on Saturday, Barca did their absolute best to prepare themselves for this game. What we saw there away at Real Valladolid was wholesale changes from Hansi Flick. Only Pedri and Gerard Martin remained there in the starting lineup from the first leg against Inter. But I would just say that rotation didn't go entirely to plan, because obviously there we had to call upon Lamine Yamal after just 38 minutes of play. And of course then Rafinha was forced to come on at half-time to help us make the comeback in that game. So we tried to rotate, we tried to rest everybody that we could, but maybe we didn't quite get the most out of that. But then in terms of Inter, well, they definitely did. They actually rotated even more heavily than we did. Just one player who started against Barca played for them on Saturday against Verona. They won the game by 1-0. And bear in mind, guys, they made all of those changes. They needed that win in order to try and keep the pace with Napoli in the title race. So what's very, very clear here is that Inzaghi is fully prioritising the Champions League. Inter now have real belief they can make it to the final. They believe they can win this competition, and they will be fresh and ready to try and make it happen. Which is when we do move on to the official team news. And let's just start here with the horrendous news. There is no Alejandro Balde. Now, it absolutely pains me to say those words, because honestly, guys, right up until the last minute, I was thinking, are Barca playing with us? You know, are they trying a little bit of cloak and dagger stuff here? Maybe Balde will just appear for this game. Maybe he will be ready and they will shock everyone. but he's not ready. He has not been included in the squad list, and I kind of want to cry, because I thought he would be there. I thought here in the second leg we'd be bolstered by Balde, that he'd be back at left back, and especially since, of course, we've lost Jules Koundé, Balde's arrival was going to be absolutely massive, and not to have him, it hampers us. There is no doubt about that there. There's no getting around that. It is a massive, massive burden on our left side that he is not there. But let's try and focus here on the positive. Lewandowski's back. This right here is the official Barca squad, and unbelievably, Lewandowski has made it in record quick time. It's been an absolutely extraordinary recovery from him. Of course, though, there is no Koundé along with Balde. There is still not quite Marc Asado, although he's very, very close to returning, and still, of course, no Marc Bernal. Looking forward to seeing him next season for sure. But these are the players that have to get the job done. These are the players that Hansi Flick will be trusting to make it to the final. However, guys, the frustrating news in terms of injuries, in terms of players there who may or may not be available for this game, well, that continues here when we talk about Inter. Because let's remember what they did in the first leg there, when Marcus Thuram made a miraculous recovery. You know, he had barely trained, and yet he started against Barca and scored after 30 seconds of the game. He was very, very important for them. He made an incredible recovery. Now, in the second leg, you've got Lautaro Martinez, who, remember, do not forget, he was injured there just before half-time, same time as Jules Koundé, and it looked as though, well, surely he's done for the second leg. There's no way that he could recover in time for this game, and yet somehow he is back. He has recovered. Lautaro Martinez could even start in this game. It's been an unbelievable recovery from him, and it doesn't even end there. You've got Benjamin Pavard, who's been such a key player this season for Inter. Now, Inter, though, even just a few weeks ago, Inzaghi said there's no way he plays against Barca. This is quite a serious injury. He cannot make it back in time. And would you believe it? He has. He has recovered. He is back for Inter. And again, he could start this game. So right here, you know, from the off here, it is looking like Inter have had really key returns. They've had key players who were out, but they've returned. They've made their recoveries. But on Barca's side, it feels like we've had some bad luck. It really does. At this point in the season, at such a crucial moment, to lose both of our fullbacks, no Balde, no Koundé, that is cruel. That is desperately, desperately unlucky, and we have to find a way to recover from that. Because right then, in terms of the defensive line, there are so many different ways you can actually play this if you were Hansi Flick, because although we are not actually blessed with options at fullback, we have so many absolutely wonderful centre-backs at this club. So there are different things here that you could do. Obviously, yesterday we spoke there about the potential of playing 4 centre-backs across that back four. Inigo Martinez playing as a makeshift left back, Pau Cubarsí and Arau at centre back, with Eric Garcia coming in there to replace Jules Koundé at right back. And I think we all accepted that, okay, on paper, that's all right. You know, defensively, it's quite solid. Going forward, you would be severely, severely limited, but maybe it could do a job. But I think right now, we may not be going down that route. And I've got to say, guys, I'm a little bit surprised here that we're not hearing more rumours about Andreas Christensen being in this team, being involved in this game. Because honestly, he made his long-awaited return there. He's been out for such a long time. He came back in the semi-final first leg, in the Champions League. I mean, that was extraordinary, and he didn't look out of place. He just slotted back in like he'd never, ever been away. It was absolutely incredible. And then against Valladolid, I thought he was spectacular. I really, really did. I thought he played the offside trap absolutely beautifully. And again, he looked like a player who'd been playing in Flick's system the whole season. He really was outstanding there. And what you get with Christensen, he's such a calming figure there. On the ball, he can bring the ball out. He's a fantastic distributor. He's also very tall, don't forget. Aerially there, he is strong, and he's such a complete option. So I would just throw out the argument here that you could play him. He could actually be involved in that back four. And if you really wanted to set yourself up here against those intercept pieces and also have a lot of mobility in that back line, you could technically play Inigo, Christensen, Cubarsí and Araujo at right back, because then you have all of that height, all of that physical presence from the set pieces, from the crosses coming in. You've also got the pace of Araujo, but you have the calmness and the distribution there from Kubasi and Christensen, which will be vital, because if those fullbacks can't give you as much going forward, the minimum that you want is your centre-backs stepping out there, getting involved in the build-up, having the ability there to play long, accurate passes. So I think Christensen and Kubasi, they would be terrific as a duo in this game. But will that actually happen? Because in my opinion, guys, the lineup that we should expect to see at the Giuseppe Meazza on Tuesday night is as follows. It will be Szczesny in goal, who of course got a nice little rest at the weekend there, and straight after the game I thought it was good that Flick said, look, he's playing against Inter and he's playing against Real Madrid, so he reinstated there the full confidence that he has in Wojciech Szczesny, which is great. Then along the back line, Eric Garcia, I believe, at right back, is rock solid and confirmed. I think that he will definitely start as the right back here, Eric Garcia. He can add something going forward. We've seen that this season. The only issue would be he's not the tallest of players there. He's not going to help massively with set pieces. He's not really a presence there in terms of strength. But on the ball, he is outstanding. He can certainly help us there in that transitional forward play. And let's see if he does play as the right back. In my opinion, the centre-backs might remain the same. We may see Kubasi, we may see Inigo Martinez, and then at left back, we might see Gerard Martin. I just think here, it might be relatively the same as what we saw in the first leg, with the exception of Jules Koundé, which is a little bit surprising, because again, you're lacking height, you're lacking real presence there in the back line to deal with those intercrosses, to deal with those set-piece situations, but I just think, based on the rumours that we're hearing, based on the feeling inside of the club, this may well be the back line. And I wouldn't say particularly here that I would agree with that. I am still not sure that I would be overly confident there with that back line in a game like this in a semi-final. But of course, we're not in an ideal scenario right now. It needs to be an absolutely monster performance from Gerard Martin. It does. There's going to be pressure on him. Inter again are going to target him. Can he stand up to that challenge? In midfield, you've got Frenkie, you've got Pedri, you've got Yamal then in the attacking areas, Dani Olmo, Rafinha, and then leading the line, I think it'll be Lewandowski. I believe here that given he has made it back in time, that he is in the squad, that he has made that recovery, he will start this match, in my opinion, and we have to score. That's my overriding feeling here from the team that we're looking at, from the team here that has to go into this game. We probably are going to concede. That defensive line there does not fill me with ultimate confidence. We have to score goals. We've done it all season long. We've responded from setbacks. This attacking unit here, they can score goals for fun. We have to be clinical in front of goal. And Robert Lewandowski, he's going to be key. He will need to take us to the final. And if I was right here, guys, to give a score prediction, my heart says 2-1 Barca. My heart believes we can do it. It really, really does. And it wants to believe that we can do it. My head says this is going to be tough. This is going to be a really tough 90 minutes, maybe even more. I wouldn't be surprised to see this game go to extra time. And we're going to have to battle. We are going to have to overcome adversity again. We've been so cruelly unlucky with injuries. But we have to find a way. We've come this far. We've achieved so much. But now is the time. Now is the moment to stand up. We know what Hansi Flick's Barca is about. We know what these players can do. And on Tuesday, in Milan, they can make history. They can make it to the Champions League final. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Let me know what you are feeling. What is your prediction? And how would you line up? This is a massive game. This is our season right here. So let's do it. Let's make every single Barca fan extremely proud on Tuesday. I will see all of you guys after the game, after the action, and let's hope we're celebrating. Thank you indeed for the phenomenal support, for all of you right here who've been part of these massive, massive fixtures. Let's hope it's special. Let's hope we can win. But until next time, as always, Vishka Yelbasa.